So then guys, are Apple creating a foldable iPhone, and will it be known as the iPhone 17 Flip? Well, today I want to give you all the latest and greatest details about a foldable iPhone from Apple. Now to start with, in recent videos I have talked about the likes of the iPhone 17 Air and also the brand new design of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but today, like I said, the focus is all around a foldable iPhone and the likes and possibility if we're going to get this in 2025. But first of all, let's talk about why Apple should make a foldable iPhone. So right now, all of Apple's competitors have really brought out a foldable phone. So I'm talking the likes from Samsung with the Fold and the Flip phones. We've got Honor with their foldable phones. We've also got the likes of OnePlus. They brought out a foldable phone too. And then obviously you've got the likes of Xiaomi and Huawei too. They brought out some great foldable phones. And it literally is just Apple who have not brought out any kind of foldable device as of yet. But this is where things could change, and especially by looking at these patents that we have right here. As you can see right here, Apple have filed a number of different kind of patents showing that they want to make potentially a foldable iPhone. Now, I know straight away what you're going to say. Patents don't obviously mean that Apple are working on a foldable iPhone, but the great news is we've actually had loads of other leaks and rumors coming in telling us that Apple are definitely working on something that is going to be foldable from them, and the good possibility of this is going to be a foldable iPhone. Now, we've had leaks and rumours for years telling us that Apple are going to be making a foldable iPhone. In fact, have a look at some of these ones here in the past, in 2019 and 2020, where we've even got claims here that Apple were working with Samsung to create the kind of screen technology to make a foldable iPhone. And then there was more news from leaker Min-Chi Kuo, who actually said that Apple was looking to make a 8-inch kind of foldable prototype kind of phone at the moment. And even Bloomberg's Mark Gurman even reported similar things, that Apple had literally started a project on foldable phones but hadn't got that far yet. But it wasn't until this year in 2024 where we started getting even more leaks and rumors coming through telling us that Apple are definitely looking into creating a foldable device. And we actually had one from the information earlier this year telling us that Apple was still experimenting and still working on foldable iPhones, and that the main kind of design they were looking to make was a clamshell design, very similar to like this foldable iPhone I've got here. The design that they're not looking to make is the likes of, say, a Galaxy kind of fold kind of design, and I think I know the reason why behind this. At the end of the day, if Apple were to make a foldable iPhone, it'd be very easy for them to adapt the likes of a kind of clamshell design, very similar to kind of the Flip design or the Z Flip design that Galaxy do right now, because this design, what they can do with this, they can actually literally just replicate the current screen that we have, say on an iPhone right now, say on an iPhone, say 16 Pro or even a 16 Pro Max, and then just apply that to one of these sort of foldable displays instead. What would be really, really easy. The other thing what they can do is on the rear of the phone, very much like, say, the Samsung Z Flip, for example, in the last few ranges, we actually have a full sort of screen on the back, very similar to like the renders that I'm showing here to you right now. And we could have here, say, widgets, or we could have here notifications, or the ability to look at your camera, for example, all sorts of different things. And I'm sure that Apple would experiment with this and, you know, plus out the screen even more to make it absolutely amazing. At the end of the day, this is what Samsung have done. They've actually utilized the screen on the back of the Galaxy Z Flip and then made it amazing for getting your notifications, even to use it as a selfie camera and things like this. And I'm sure this is the same thing that Apple could do. And especially with the likes of, say, the iPad Pro, that was made even thinner. In fact, that was gone right down to a 5.1 inch now on the 13-inch model. And if Apple could apply, say, a 5-inch body to the likes of, say, an iPhone or even thinner than that, you can imagine it's going to be onto the winner here if it's a clamshell kind of design. At the end of the day, I did, like I said, talk about the iPhone Air, and this could be 5 inches thick. Well, you can imagine making this into a clamshell. Well, this would be pretty cool to have in your pocket, and it wouldn't feel too large out there. So yeah, there is definitely ways that Apple could actually adapt this and make their own kind of stance here on making a clamshell phone, and it makes more of a choice and it's more obvious for Apple to do this. But we have also heard that Apple are making kind of another foldable device, what is more like, say, the Galaxy Fold kind of range. This is like a big screen and like another screen on the inside. And I think personally, this will be more like a replacement to the iPad mini in the future. I don't think this will be an actual iPhone device. I think it'll be something like an iPad, for example. But that's a story for another day. But for now, it does look like that Apple have got their hearts set on the clamshell design, but the big question is, will we see it in the iPhone 17 range? And just before I answer that question with release date and price and things like this, well, I want to tell you about the giveaway we're doing on this channel for this. This here is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it's a 256GB storage option, desert titanium or titanium, titanium desert, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do at this stage is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're still hoping to get in 2024 or even into 2025. Put it down into the comments below. But also at the same time, near this end of December, I will be announcing who the winner is for this iPhone 16 Pro Max, and there will be a little video there with a little form as well to fill in too. It'll be really easy to do, I can tell you this now, and more information there. So if you don't want to miss out on that to enter in as well, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. And another good reason to do that, because like I said, I'm giving it away to a subscriber too. The only other thing I just want to quickly say to you guys is sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers, people still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, telling you to Telegram, Instagram, direct message. Please do ignore all of these messages. Like I said, it's going to be me doing a video at the end of December time, giving you more details, followed by a live stream when we're going to announce who the winner is. So like I said, please do ignore them, or better still, as you can see right here, please do report them. So moving on then, what about release day? Are we going to see the likes of an iPhone 17 Flip or an iPhone 17 Fold in 2025? Well, the disappointing news, it doesn't look likely. Not in 2025. As you can see here, we've had a report in here from Jeff Pugh who said that it's more likely it's going to be 2026. So we're talking more likely an iPhone 18 Flip as the actual time when we're going to get one of those foldable iPhones coming out. And in fact, we've actually had kind of other reports coming in, like Min Chi Kuo again, telling us that it's going to be more likely it could be 2027. This is the actual time when he believes it's going to be coming out. The main thing I think we could take away from this, you're not going to get it in 2025, and the possibility at the moment stands in 2026 or even into 2027 at this stage. And of course though, if I hear any more information about the release date, I will let you guys know. But then moving on to the actual price of this phone. How much would it cost us? Well, a good example of a benchmark is to compare it to the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. At the moment, brand new, this costs $1,099 for this model. Now, if Apple were to make something very similar to this, have ProMotion in it and things like this, and have some great cameras, you name it, some adequate battery life and everything like that, I expect Apple's version to probably come out about the same price. At the end of the day, Samsung and Apple's top line phones are around about the same price. Like the iPhone 16 Pro Max is normally around about the same price as a Galaxy S24 Ultra, give or take, $50 or something like this. But it's a very, very similar kind of pricing, what they have. And I think Apple would be aiming for something very similar there. I definitely think it's going to be above more than $1,000, but I don't think it'll be more than, say, $1,200 in my personal opinion here. It's going to be between $1,000 to $1,200 because that kind of is like the right sort of pricing. And like I said, for research kind of wise, on this type of phone, if Apple were to create it, really iOS will just work straight out the box. There's nothing more they need to kind of really invent here. And it's mainly just bits and pieces with hardware, what they need to fiddle around with. And that's what I estimate the kind of price would be if they were to launch it today. Obviously, if they launch it in 2 years from now and say the Galaxy Z Flip is costing more then in the future, well, obviously you can imagine that the Apple version of a flip phone would probably cost about the same too, if in the sort of price equivalent if it goes up. But really, guys, that is the latest and greatest we know about the iPhone Fold or the iPhone Flip kind of phone, and hopefully we will hear some more information soon. But with that though, guys, would you get yourself a Flip iPhone? let me know in the comments below. And also at the same time, if you've enjoyed watching this video, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparison too, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.